Alright YouTube, it's me Kieran, and I just got done watching the Incredibles 2 teaser trailer for about the 50th time, and yeah, my reaction was still pretty much the same as the first time I watched it.
That was totally wicked!
Ever since the sequel to The Incredibles was announced, speculation immediately began over who the new villain of the film was going to be. Realistically, it could have been anyone, from Syndrome returning to the Underminer to Bon Voyage, and to be honest, I never really liked the look of the kid on that tricycle. Somebody should keep an eye on him. There were even rumours that Dash or Violet might be the ones to turn on their family, but alas, along with the trailer, we were given a synopsis for the film that clearly states, when a new villain hatches a brilliant and dangerous plot, the family and Frozone must find a way to work together again, which is easier said than done, even when they're all incredible. So we now know that the villain cannot be any of the characters that we met in the previous film, which I know kind of sucks, because I really wanted it to be that tricycle kid. However, watching the trailer did make me curious about the possible future of one particular character, and as the whole trailer is focused on him and all of his powers, you will know that that character is Jack Jack. Yes, Jack Jack may look like your average innocent baby, but I think I have gathered up enough evidence to prove that he will, in fact, eventually become evil. I mean, everybody just ignores the fact that he almost kills Kari in Jack Jack Attack, and then in the trailer, he goes on to do the exact same thing to his dad. And then laughs about it. He's had his powers for no more than a few months, and he's already tried to commit murder twice? Coincidence? I think not.
Coincidence? I think not!
So this theory is going to rely on the logic of another Incredibles theory that you might have possibly heard about. And that is the theory that a superhero's powers are determined by their personality. For example, Violet is really shy, so she can turn invisible and has a force field, while Dash is incredibly impulsive, so he gets super speed, while Frozone is just about the coolest guy on the planet, so he can shoot ice. So by using this theory, we can assume that Jack Jack's powers will have some reflection on his personality. Now, some people have speculated that the reason Jack Jack has so many more powers than everyone else is because he's a baby and he is yet to develop a proper personality. Which implies that as he gets older and his personality grows, his body will settle on one or two powers like everyone else. But for me, I just don't see how a super could possibly lose their powers just because their personality changes. I mean, if Violet was to progressively get more confident, would she lose her ability to turn invisible just because she isn't shy anymore? No. Which means I'm fairly confident that Jack Jack will keep all of the powers that he has already demonstrated. But the question is, what are those powers and how do they prove that Jack Jack is in fact evil? The powers that he has already demonstrated are as follows. Bursting into flames, turning into solid metal, turning into a red demon monster thing, levitating, teleporting, laser vision, whatever the hell he does to get out of that wooden crib, and a new power that we see in the trailer that appears to be shooting lightning. So what could these powers say about his personality? Well, firstly, I don't think that turning into a little red monster can mean anything good. If anything, it just means that Jack Jack is going to be incredibly aggressive and full of rage. But unfortunately, the rest of his powers are pretty damn difficult to use to describe his personality. If only we had a bunch of other superheroes with similar powers that we could compare him to. Oh, wait a minute, we do. Thanks to the NSA superhero audio files on the DVD extras, we do. As we know from Syndrome, it doesn't take that much to change someone from a superhero to a supervillain, and some of the supers that Jack Jack shares powers with certainly have some interesting personality traits. BLAZESTONE, for example, also had the ability to control heat and was said to have constantly lost her temper and become hot-headed. Apogee had the ability to levitate, and while she was described as quick-witted and highly intelligent, it also says that she enjoyed finding the faults in others. Apogee also talks about the supergroup she was in, the Thrilling Three, and says that in GAZERBEAM's mind, it was the Thrilling 1 plus 2, which means we can safely assume that GAZERBEAM had quite the ego. And of course, he shares the ability of laser vision with Jack Jack. Although he is also described to have no sense of humour, and I don't think we can really say the same about Jack Jack. DOWNBURST is said to have the ability to reshape matter, which I guess you could compare to Jack Jack's ability to turn into metal, because everything's made out of matter, including people. And DOWNBURST is known to have a hefty dislike of Frozone, and I don't know about you, but anybody who doesn't like Frozone, in my book, is not a good person. The guy just wants to go bowling and find his super suit, man. How could you hate him?
Where is my super suit? suit!
So by using all of this information, we can come to the conclusion that Jack Jack has the possibility of being aggressive, short-tempered, egotistical, and hot-headed. All of which are traits of somebody who is going to be evil.
Will you please stop saying that?
In fact, all of those traits can be used to describe a Sith Lord from Star Wars. Oh, and you thought it was a coincidence he could suddenly shoot lightning? No, Jack Jack is going to be a Sith Lord. Okay, maybe I might be going a bit too far with this, but my original statement still stands. We could very well see Jack Jack become a villain in the future. Do I think that it's going to happen in The Incredibles 2? It's very unlikely. As much as it would be great to see, and Jack Jack would technically classify as a new villain, I just don't see how you could have a baby who can't even talk as the main villain. How would you even write that? But if we were to get a third installment of the film set a few years in the future, it is perfectly possible that we could see it. And I know we've had to wait 14 years just to get one sequel, never mind speculating about getting another one, but damn it, if Cars can get 3 films, then The Incredibles should get like 30. Maybe we could even have him link up with a certain ginger psychopath who I believe mentioned something about getting Mr. Incredible's son in the first film.
This isn't the end of it! I will get your son eventually! I'll get your son!
And yes, I know Syndrome technically died right after he said that, but it's possible to bring him back, right? Right? Man, I love Syndrome. Best Pixar villain by far. Until Jack Jack, that is. So what do you guys think? Do you believe that Jack Jack could turn evil? Oh, what do you know? No Mermaid Man. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go hit that like button. It really does help. And leave a comment down below who you think the villain is going to be in Incredibles 2. That's all from me from now, and I will see you guys next time. Think fast. Honey, where's my super suit? I, put it away. Where? Why do you need to know? I love this film. I love it.